what we have discussed it in the last class. So I think we have started that system task. Okay. So first one is war. About display, I have explained. Is it war?
No, sir.
Oh, okay. So I think still we have not started system task for fifth B division.
Yes, sir.
So fifth A. So today we will start new topic that is system task and compiler directives. Okay, so this one is last concept of second model first half. Okay, so first what we will do, so we will explain so what is system task, so why we require the system task in Verilog. Okay, so these system tasks are very important for writing the Verilog code. Okay, so that name itself we will suggest. So system task, some tasks are there. So with the help of system, so those tasks we will execute it. So those should be, we will call it as a system task. Okay, those are keywords. Those are like a keywords. Those are fixed. Okay, those tasks should be what executing with the help of systems. Okay, so that should be, we will call it as a system task. Okay, so these system tasks we are indicating with the help of dollar symbol. Any keyword should start with dollar symbol, then those we have to call it as system task in Verilog. Okay, any keywords should start with or begin with a dollar symbol, those we are calling it as system task. Okay, so here Verilog provides a standard system task for certain routine operations. Check here. If you want to execute some certain routine operations, for executing the routine operations, we require the system tasks. Those all system tasks are standard tasks. Okay, so all system tasks are defined in the form of, check it here. Okay, so all the system tasks should define in this format only. In which format? Dollar, dollar symbol with that keyword. Write the keywords. There are so many keywords are there. We will study it afterwards. Okay, so this one should be a standard format for writing the system task. Remember it. Any keyword should begin with dollar sign, then that should be, we will call it as system task. We will identify it. Okay, system tasks are used for the operations such as displaying on the screen, monitoring values of nets, stopping and finishing. Check it here. By using those system tasks, we are executing these four operations. If you want to execute these four operations, these four operations should be executing with the help of system tasks. Okay, so some information is there. So that information we need to display on your output window. So at the time we have to use system task. With the help of system task, we are displaying the information in Verilog. Okay, so after that, if you want to monitor some values or some expressions or some variables. So at that time, with the help of what system task, we are monitoring the values. Or otherwise, next we have to stop the operation. For stopping the operation, we have to use some system task. Okay, for finishing. So there is a lot of difference between stop and finish. Stop is like an interrupt. Stop is like an interrupt. Finish is nothing but terminate the program. Your operation should be terminating. Okay, so here these four operations we will execute it with the help of system task. Okay, so here we will study one by one. So these are the four operations. So those four operations we will study it one by one. Okay. So first we will display the information. How this information should be displayed on your Verilog HDL. Which syntax we should write it for displaying the information on Verilog HDL. Okay. So we will study about that for displaying the information. First system task. For displaying the information, we should write syntax as $display. Remember, this one should be an instruction. This one should be an instruction, should be written in your Verilog. If you return $sign display, so whatever information you have written within the bracket, then that information should be displayed on your screen. Okay, so $display is same as like that of printf statement in programming C. Same operation. So whatever operation should be executed in your programming C, that printf, same operation. If you want to execute it in Verilog HDL, we are using $display. Okay, so $display is the main system task for displaying values, variables, or strings or expressions. Take it here. These all four operations, or these four operations, if you want to display on your screen, then we are using $display as an instruction in Verilog. Okay, so if you have some expression, that expression we need to display it in your screen, so we have to use it. If you have some variables, that variable we have to display it on your screen. Next, we have some string. Okay, so that string I have to display on our screen. Okay, so at that time we have to use $display as a system task. If any keyword should begin with the dollar symbol, then we have to say those should be a system task. Okay. Next, I have written some that is a standard syntax for writing on Verilog HDL. Okay, so $display. So within the bracket, we should write P1 to Pn. Okay, so P1, P2, P3 up to Pn I have written. Those are variables or expressions or what strings. Okay, what I want to display on your screen. So that should be contains P1 to Pn. You should write it. Okay, so $display is a keyword that is fixed. We cannot change it. Okay, from P1 to Pn. So whatever information we have, so that information we have to display it on your screen. So that information we should provide instead of P1 to Pn. Is it clear? So if you want to display your name on your screen, so at that time, so your name should be acts like a variable or otherwise string. If it is acts like a string, string is nothing but group of characters. Group of characters. This should be contained within the double quote. You should write it within the double quote your name, so that should be displayed on your screen. Okay, so that is nothing but P1 to Pn. Okay, that should be followed by semicolon. It should be terminated. Okay, I have written 3 more sentences. So P1 to Pn can be quoted string or variable or expressions. Check it here. Which information you want to display on your screen, that should be contains instead of P1 to Pn, you should write it. Okay, so here after that, the format of $display is very similar to printf in C. Okay, so in printf statement you have studied in your programming C. Same operations we are executing in Verilog with the help of $display. Okay, so after that, a $display insert a new line at the end of the string by default. Check it here. But in your program C, if you want to jump for a new line, so in printf you have written /n. Whenever you have written /n, then your cursor should be moved to the what next line, next new line. But here in $display, we should not write what /n. Okay, without writing /n, by default here in Verilog, it should be what enters into the new line by default. After displaying some information on your window, whenever we have written $display, so at that time your cursor should be moved to the next line by default. Remember it. We should not write /n here. But in programming C, if you want to enter into the new line after displaying some information on your window, you should write it /n. Is it clear? Have you written or not? Have you written C programs?
Yes, sir.
I think in your C program, whenever we are writing printf statement, so after that information, you have written /n. Why you have written /n? For what reason? What reason you have written /n in programming C? If you not written /n, so at that time cursor should be there in that line only. If you want to jump for next line, next new line, so because of that reason you have written /n in your programming C. But in Verilog, by default, without writing the /n in your $display syntax, so it should be enters into the new line. Remember it. After displaying whatever information you have given in that within the bracket, so that information should be displayed on your window. After displaying, your cursor should be moved to the next line by default in Verilog. Remember it. Okay, so that is a operation of $display. Okay. Next, a $display without any argument produces new line. Check it here. Without arguments, without writing any syntax, any keywords, any variables on your syntax. So by default, it should be enters into the new line. Okay, so there are different string format specifications are there here. So we will give you some 3 to 4 examples. So after giving 3 to 4 examples, we will move to the next system task. Okay, so we will go through 3 to 4 examples of display information, how that display information should be written on your Verilog code. We will study it. Okay. Okay, so here I think in your slide we are showing some table. Okay, so here that table shows so which information we are displaying on your window. Which information? Are you displaying hexadecimal information? Are you displaying decimal information? Are you displaying binary information? Are you displaying string? Are you displaying time format or octal number or scientific notation? So which information you want to display it? That we should write it within the that syntax. In printf statement also, I think maximum students, whenever you are writing the code in programming C, you have written %d. What is that %d indicates? I think whenever we are writing the C programs, you have written %d. Have you written or not?
Yes, sir.
What that %d indicates?
Numbers.
Yes, number should be in terms of decimal amma. That whatever information we are displaying, that information should be in terms of decimal. That indicates. Is it clear? So here in Verilog HDL, we have so many types of data we are providing to the your hardware. Which type of data we have to display on your window? So within the display information, within the display syntax, we should provide it. Are you displaying binary information? Then whenever we are displaying binary information, we should not give %d. %d is nothing but whatever information we are displaying on your window, that should be in terms of decimal. But which information we are displaying? We are displaying that information should be in terms of binary. So at that time, we should provide %b in your display syntax. Okay, so that we are indicating in this table. Okay, so whenever your information, whenever your variable should be in terms of decimal, so that information we are displaying on your window. So at that time, we should write it %d. Is it capital or is it small? No problem. You can write it. So that whatever information we are displaying on your window, that should be in terms of decimal. Okay, if it is in terms of binary, so we should write it %b. If it is whatever information we are displaying on your window, that should be a string. That should be a string. So we should write it %s. Okay, so if it is ASCII character, we should write %c. If it is hierarchical name, we should write it %m. Okay, so if it is strength, it should be contains the %b. Okay, same thing. There are many formats are there. So whenever your information should be in that format, so we should provide in your display syntax. Okay, so with the help of this table. Okay, so we will see one or two examples how to write that display syntax on your Verilog. Okay, so we will go through 3 to 4 examples. So after completion of that examples, we will move to the next concept. Okay, so here in your slides you can check it. So many examples I have written it. So first example I will explain. Some string on your window. Okay, so I have to display some string on your window. Which string I am displaying here? So hello Verilog world. I have to display this information on your window. So how I want to write in Verilog? Okay, so that I have written here. Check it here. String is nothing but first we should study about a string. If you know the about string concept, then we will write it. What is string? String is nothing but that is a group of characters should contain within the double quote. If group of characters should be contains within the double quote, then we will call it as string. Then we will identify those information should be, we are calling it as a string. Okay, so you can check it here. So I want to display hello Verilog world. That should be, we are calling it as a string. So because of that reason, we have written within the double quote. That I want to display it. So because of that reason, I have written $display. So open bracket. So within the open bracket, so what type of string we are displaying, you should provide it. Okay, so double quote, hello Verilog world. Okay, it should be next close bracket, terminate with semicolon. So at the time, so how it should be displayed on your screen? Also, we have written 2 hyphen will get hello Verilog world. After displaying this information, by default in Verilog, your cursor should move to the next new line. Remember it. This one also you should provide whenever we are explaining the display information. Is it clear? Okay. Is it clear? First example? Clear or
Yes,
not?
sir.
Okay. Next, we'll move to the next example. In next example, we are displaying value of current simulation time. Okay, so we have some operations. So that operations uh, should be executing for which current time. How much time it should be taking. So that we are displaying on your screen. So at that time, we will write $display. So within the bracket, we should write it $time. $time should be what? For how it should be executed if you require current simulation time. What is the time of current simulation? Okay, so in which time that operation should be executed. If you require it, we should write it $display within the bracket $time. Okay, so this expression should be when it should be executed. At what time this expression should be executed? We'll get a time, accurate time it should be displayed on your screen. How much time it should be taken for executing that particular expression. If you require, you should write it this expression. Okay, so at the time after that 2 hyphens, so how much time it should be taken? 230 time minutes it should be taken for executing which operation. Here in this code, we are not written any inputs, outputs, those all. So directly we have written the syntax. Okay, so here after that, next, to display a value of 41-bit virtual address, I have given that 41-bit virtual address. So that should be executed with 200 time minutes. So how we will write this one in terms of Verilog syntax. Okay, so first virtual address is a variable. Virtual address is a variable. So because of that reason, we should initialize it. So how we are initializing? Register. That virtual address we have taken it as a register. That should be 41 bit he has suggested. So because of that reason, 0 to 40 I have taken 0 to 40. So that virtual underscore address. Okay, so that should be acts like a 41 bit virtual address. So that should be displayed on your screen. So at the time dollar display next at time. So that is a 41 bit. Whatever information we have, that information should be what check it here. That should be in terms of decimal as well as a hexadecimal. FEC is there in your information in your virtual address. FEC. F is nothing but that is a hexadecimal information. Okay, 0 1 is there, so that should be in terms of binary or otherwise the decimal. He has taken it as a decimal. Okay, so because of that reason, at time percentage d. So why we have written percentage d? So that virtual address should be contains what a decimal information as well as a hexadecimal information. So because of that reason, I have written percent d. Virtual address is percent h. Before that I have treated that information should be in terms of decimal. Okay, so we are displaying that information should be in terms of hexadecimal also. So because of that reason, after that, so we have written, so whatever I want to display I have written it. Next it should be followed by time dollar time next comma virtual address. That we should write it compulsory which one we are displaying. Okay, so how it should be executed? So check it here. That is like a printf statement, two hyphens. That should be execution operation. That should be executed. That should be displayed on your screen. Two hyphens at a time 200 virtual address is. Why we are getting 200? After double quote you can check it. We require dollar time. Dollar time is nothing but current simulation time when that expression should be executed. How much time it should be taken, that also we have to display it. So because of that reason we are getting 200. After dollar time it should be followed by virtual address. That also we are displaying virtual address. First we require current simulation time. Current simulation time is 200. At a time 200 virtual address is that is 41 bit. What virtual address I have given? That is 1FE00001C I have given. That should be displayed on your screen. Okay, so if you want to display such information, we have to write the such syntax in your Verilog code. Okay, next another one example. Display value of port ID 5 in binary. Check it here. First, we have to understand what is the title of your program. What is the title of program you have here? Port ID. Port ID is a variable. Remember it. Port ID is equals to 5. I have to display. What I have to display? Port ID is equals to port underscore ID is equals to 5. Okay, so that 5 should be in terms of binary he has given. So this is the title of your program. How we will write it in terms of Verilog code. Okay, so this title should convert in terms of Verilog code. How? So first port ID is a variable. So we have to initialize it. So that should be, so is nothing but within that variable we have to store 5 number. So because of that reason port ID should be acts like a register. Why? So that in that variable we are storing some information. If you want to store some information in some variable, so that variable should be act like a register. So because of that reason we have to initialize by using register. So register 4 down to 0. Why 4 down to 0 I have written? For writing 3, for writing 5, so how many bit we require? So that many bit we have to take it. In worst case, I have taken 5 bit. For writing 5, we require only 3 bit. 1 0 1. That is 5. In binary, you have to display it. For displaying in binary as a 5, So we require 3 bit. But here by default, here user has taken 5 bit, no problem. Remaining 2 bit, he will display it as a 0. You can take it 8 also, no problem. But we must require 3 bits. You can write it to 2 down to 0 also. Instead of 4 down to 0, you can write it 2 down to 0 also. We will display it, no problem. Okay. So register 4 down to 0 port underscore id. So then that port id should be stores what 5 bit value. So after that I want to display that information. So because of that reason, so dollar display id of a port is, so that information that only we are displaying. Okay, so id of a port is, so that should be in terms of binary na. So because of that reason we should write it percentage b. Next, that is a double quote should be over. It should be followed by colon colon. Next port underscore id. So at that time, how it should be executed? What information we have written first within the double quote, that we will get it. 2 hyphens id of a port is, id of a port is. So we will get it. So whatever information we have given, that is 5. 5 we have given. So because of that reason, 00101 we will display it on your screen. Okay, so this one should be an example. So next, after that, another one example is there. Display x character. X is nothing but unknown. Unknown I have to display it on your windows. Okay, so display value of 4 bit bus, that is 10xx. So in binary, as he has given bus. Bus is a variable, so that carrying some information from one place to another place. Okay, so here what that bus should be have 4 bit. Okay, so because of that reason, that register 3 down to 0 bus I have written. Okay, so that information I have to display it. So because of that reason, dollar display, so bus value is in terms of binary, so percentage b double quote. So next bus, so at the time how it should be executed, bus value is 10xx, we will get it. So 10xx we should provide it within your code, but here directly I have written it. Okay, so directly we have provided it. So because of that reason, so only we are giving more concentration to the display information. Okay, so this one should be, these are the 4 examples for displaying information. Any doubt? Any doubt about display information, displaying the information on your screen in Verilog HDL? No doubt? If there is no doubt, then we'll move to the next. If you have any doubt, then you can ask it. Anyone can reply.
No, sir.
No doubt, then can I move to the next concept?
Okay, sir.
What about remaining? Okay. So another one concept we will suggest now. Okay, so after evaluation of your internal papers, if you given any, if you are asking any doubts regarding any questions, then at that time also I will keep silent. I won't reply it. Okay, so at that time what will happen to you, you can imagine it. Okay, so if I am asking doubts, if you are sitting simply, then whenever you should come to my cabin, at that time also I won't give any answer. So I will keep silent. If you ask any doubts, I will keep silent. That also I will practice. Okay, very good. Okay, so next we will move to the next concept, that is what monitoring information. In Verilog HDL, here, so whenever we are applying any inputs, immediately our output will changes. Sometimes what will happen, so whenever it should be immediately your input should be changes, at the time your output is also changes. So at that time, so what in that pattern, So sometimes output will not get the correct result. So because of that reason, in Verilog SDL, we have to monitor it. Whenever your input should be changes, output is also changes immediately. In that concept, we have to monitor your values. For monitoring the values of input as well as the output, so how that syntax should be written on your Verilog SDL for monitoring purpose. That we will study it in this concept. Okay, so monitoring information. Verilog provides a mechanism to monitor a signal when its value changes. Check it here. Whenever value should be changed, then only we should monitor the values. If value should be remains constant, at that time we are not getting the concept of monitoring the values. Clear or not? Whenever your input should be changes, so at that time depends upon your input, we should get the output. Clear or not? So that we should monitor it in Verilog HDL. So because of that reason, we are going for the monitoring information. Okay. The facility is provided by the dollar monitor task. Check it here. This one should be a keyword for monitor purpose. For display purpose also, we have written some system task. For monitor purpose is also dollar monitor. We should write it on your Verilog code. Whenever we have written that one, so at that time your value should be monitored. Is it input or is it output? Okay. So how we will write it in your Verilog HDL? So we have written it dollar monitor within the bracket P1 to Pn. That should be followed by semicolon. P1 to Pn is any variables, any expression, or any strings. Okay, so which should be written in your syntax. So those should be what monitored. Those should be monitored. Okay. So a format is similar to dollar display task. This one should be similar to what that dollar display. But here dollar monitor continuously monitors the values of the variables or signals specified in the parameter list and display all parameter in the list whenever the value of any one variable or signal changes. Whenever we are changing any variable or any expressions, then only what monitor will comes. Otherwise, it remains constant. At that time, we are not using the concept of monitor. Okay, so unlike dollar display or dollar monitor needs to be invoked only once. Okay, these two syntax we should write it only once in your code. We cannot write it twice. We cannot write it thrice. Okay, the two tasks are used to switch monitoring on and off. In monitoring, we are getting two other syntaxes. One is dollar monitor on and another one is dollar monitor off. What operation should be executed with the help of these two tasks? The dollar monitor on task enables monitoring. At the time we are continuously we are monitoring the what changes should be happening. We are monitoring it whenever we have written dollar monitor on. Whenever we have written dollar monitor off, then your whatever task you have written that should be disables. Okay, so this is about monitoring the information. Whenever if you want to monitor any values or any variables or any strings, then we should write it in this format. Okay, we will go through one or two examples about monitor. So next we will move to the next concept. Okay, so we will go through one or two examples. Okay, so here we have written one example. So you can see the slides. So I have written some comment. So with the help of that comment should be converted in terms of Verilog code next. Okay, what comment we have written? Monitor time and value of the signals clock and reset. What we are monitoring here? We are monitoring the time first. Check it here. Keep it in your mind. First, we should monitor time. Next, we should monitor clock and reset. So that one only we have written in terms of code. Okay. Next, after that, second comment I have written. What is the second comment? Clock toggles every 5 minutes and reset down. Check it here. Every 5 minutes, clock should be toggles. Toggle size nothing but up and down. Every 5 minutes. Okay. First, initially we applied for 0 minutes, clock should be 1. After 5 minutes, that clock becomes 1. Next, after 5 minutes, clock becomes 0. Next, after 5 minutes, clock becomes 1. Same thing. So that expression, that waveform I require in your output. So how we should write it in Verilog? I have to generate that waveform on your output window. Clear or not? So for generating that waveform, so how code we should write it? So here in Verilog HDL, so directly we cannot get the waveform. That waveform should be generated with the help of Verilog code. We should write first Verilog code. By writing the Verilog code, we are generating the waveforms. Okay, so how we should write it? So I have given in terms of sentence. Okay, so that sentence we should convert in terms of Verilog code. I will write it after all. First, I will write initially. Initial just we are starting, so because of that reason, we should write it initial statement. Okay, initial. So whenever we have written any new syntax, we should write it begin compulsory. Begin is nothing but just we have started. Okay, so initial begin. So dollar monitor. So first, you can read that comment line. First, we should monitor the time. So because of that reason, first we should write dollar time. We are monitoring time first. Which one I need to monitor first? You can write it first. That one only. First, we need to monitor time. In your sentence only he has given. So because of that reason, dollar time. So at that time we are monitoring the time. Next, colon. First, every monitor statement should contain first time only. First, we should monitor the time. Depends upon time only, your value should be changing. Clear or not? So because of that reason, first we should monitor the times. If you monitor the time, so depends upon the time only, your value should be changing. So because of that reason, first always your monitor statement should contain time only. We are monitoring the time first. Okay, next within the double quote value first which one I have to monitor the value clock and reset. First I should monitor the clock. Next I should monitor the reset. So how we have to write it? Values of signal clock. Check here. First we should monitor the values of clock. So I have written values of clock is equals to percentage B. That should be in terms of binary value. Clock should be, we are applying in terms of binary. That value I should monitor it. So because of that reason, I have written that sentence. You should write it anything, no problem. That is what value of clock we are monitoring. That is a variable. That is a variable. You can write it. Okay. Next, comma. Which one I have to monitor? Reset also I have to monitor. So because of that reason, comma reset is equals to percentage B. That both we should monitor it. Only two we should monitor it. Because of that reason, double quote. Next, for column clock comma reset. Yes, that two we have monitored. Is it clear? So read that title. So depends upon that title, we should return the monitor statement. Whatever he has given within the that comment line. We have explained it. Okay. So what output we will get it partially? Partially, what output we will get it whenever we have written for 0 time minutes. For 0 time minutes, signal of clock is 0. I have treated. Initially, I have written. Initially, clock is 0. Initial first, whenever we are drawing the clock waveform, initially I will draw it 0 only. Initially, your clock should be start with 0. So because of that reason, clock is 0 and reset is 1. I have taken. This one I have taken. Initially, I have taken. So after 5 minutes, what should happen to the previous values? What should happen? So at that time, it should be written after 5 minutes, it should be changing. Okay, so for 0 time units, clock is 1. After 5 time units, clock becomes toggle. Toggle is nothing but it should be inverted. It should be inverted. So because of that reason, that becomes what? That becomes 1. That becomes 1. And reset becomes same. That should be same thing, same constant. Okay. Next, after 10 values, one clock cycle. For one clock cycle, reset should be remain same. For another clock cycle, reset should be changing. So for 10 time minutes is nothing but second clock cycle, second cycle. So at the time 10 value of signals, clock becomes 0. Why? Clock should be toggles. So reset is also 0. Reset is down. Or that sentence you can rate it. Clock toggles every 5 times. Every 5 times is nothing but 5 to 10, 5 times we are getting. 5 to 10, 5 times we are getting. So because of that reason, clock should be toggled. But reset down at 10 time minutes. Take it here. When reset should be changing, after 10 time minutes, reset should be changing. So because of that reason, from 0 to 5, reset is same. Reset is same. Reset is constant. That is one only. After 10 time minutes, reset should be changing. After 10 time minutes, from 0 to 10, you can check it. For 0 time minutes, reset is 1. For 10 time minutes, reset becomes 0. Why? In that sentence, I have written it. So that should be written within your program. Okay, so this one is about monitoring the information. Is it clear? Any doubt regarding this concept? I think the maximum students, if you have doubt regarding any concept, come to the college. Come to the college, clear that concept. If you are in Bijapur, come to the college. If you have any doubt, sir, still we are not writing the programs. We are getting the difficulties we are facing here for writing the programs. Okay, so we are not getting the concept of test bench, how to write the test bench. We don't know. Okay, only once you should come to the what college, we will explain. You will write it. 100% you will write. Okay, so next in another 3 to 4 class, we will go through for theoretical concept. So after completion of 3 to 4 class, we will start your programs for writing the programs. Okay, for writing the programs, and we will write the test bench. So after that, we will execute those codes with the help of Xilinx software. Okay, so this one is about monitoring. So next, next we will move to the next what system task. So that is about what next system task. These two we will complete it. We will move to the next compiler directives. Okay, next system task is stop and finishing in a simulation. Okay, simulation is nothing but what is simulation? Simulation is nothing but whatever Verilog code we have written, and that code should convert in terms of waveform. If you are converting in terms of waveform, so then only we require stop and finish. Remember, this stop and finish we are writing in test bench only. We are not writing in your Verilog code, in your main code. We are not writing these two these two system tasks in your Verilog code. Only these two system tasks we are writing in test bench. Remember it. Okay, so how we have to write stop? Stop is like a interrupt. Remember it. What is interrupt? Interrupt is nothing but what? A disturbance. Someone, if someone is asked some questions, so at that time we will answer it. After answering, we will move to the next whatever we are explaining that one. Okay, so completely we cannot stop it with the help of stop operation. Remember it. Completely we are not terminating the whole operation. Okay, whole code should not be completed. After stop, next it should continue. That should be like interrupt operation. Okay, so that is nothing but stop. Remember it. Okay, so this task $stop. This much only you should write it. Okay, some time minutes it should be stopped your information. Some time minutes your code should not be executed. Whatever time you have mentioned in your code, that much of time your operation should be stopped. After completion of that much of time, then your operation should be continued. That is nothing but what stop. Okay, the task $stop is provided to stop what driving a simulation. Syntax $stop. This much you should write it. It should be followed by colon. Okay, so this much. The term $stop task puts the simulation in an interactive mode. Remember it. Okay, sometimes it should be what stop your information, your execution. Okay, the designer can then debug is used whenever the design the value of the simulation. Okay, so after that time units, next that should be examined. Okay, so that is about stop information. Remember it. For that purpose, we are writing the stop in simulation. In test bench, we are writing. We are not writing in your main code. Okay, same thing. Finish. We will move to the finish. Here in finish, if you return $finish, that should be a syntax. That should be a syntax. The $finish does terminate the simulation. Check here. So this one whole your operation should be terminated with the help of $finish. Okay, so I given one example. You can read that example. Okay, we have given some comment line. We have given some title. So depends upon that comment line. We have written the program. We have written the program. Stop at 100. Stop at time 100 in the simulation and examine the result. Finish the simulation at time 1000. Check here. First, your operation should be stopped at 100 times, but your whole code should be terminated at 1000 times. Okay, so how we will write the code? Initial, begin, clock is equals to BG0, reset is equals to 1. So that reset clock is equals to 0 and reset is equals to 1. So both operations should be executed with 0 time limits. 0 time limits. Okay, so after that we will suspend the operation. When we need to suspend the operation, hash 100. For hash 100, your operation should be suspended. From 100 to 100 to 900, your operation should be what? It will execute it. Okay, so after 100 times, after the 900 times, your whole operation should be terminated. Okay, so this will terminate the simulation at time 1000. So we should write it that two syntaxes for that purpose. Okay, so this one is about stop and finish operation. Okay, in next class we will move to the compiler directives.